Hi guys, and welcome back to the Iron Personal Training YouTube channel. We're back with another video, this time looking at a new squat session. So we've moved from doing 3 sets of 12s on the Anderson squats. We're now moving on to doing 3 sets of 10. And what we're doing for these ones is we're doing wide stance squats. So we're going to stand in a very similar manner to a multiply squatter with our feet set wide. We're going to sit back onto the box, so really using our hips, and we're using a buffalo bar as well. So the reason we're doing this is I think in my lifting, I think my hips are something that let me down. I feel like my hips maybe are quite weak. So doing this is obviously going to train the hips and the hamstrings really well and should have a good crossover to my deadlift, and obviously help my deadlift lockout, which, like I say in all these videos, if you've watched the channel for a while, you know that's the area where I struggle the most usually. And I can tell you that these were absolutely horrific. They were horrible. They felt horrible doing them. They felt horrible afterwards. The DOMs after doing these were just ridiculous as well. But I think the fact that everything felt so sore and everything was so difficult is actually a good indication that I was correct in thinking this is an area that I need to focus on and an area that I need to try and strengthen. And I definitely think that since doing these, so I've actually done the full wave of these as I'm doing the voiceover for this video, and I definitely feel like they have had a beneficial effect on my training and my hips. I feel much stronger, and I think it's really going to help doing these different variations, not only for my deadlifts but also for my squats as well, as I aim to squat 240 kilos by October. We then come on to some deficit snatch grip deadlifts. So obviously snatch grip deadlifts usually have a longer pull anyway, so doing a deficit is you just accentuating that even more. And again, these felt really good. Again, trying to work the hamstring, the hips, all that posterior chain where I think I might have a weakness. And as you can see, moving really nice, 110 kilos, 3 sets of 10. So a lot of volume this session, so obviously a lot of reasons for me to feel sore afterwards, and I really did. But again, that just shows to me that I'm working those weak areas. Now doing the lateral step ups, we're trying to do a slow, controlled eccentric phase as well. Maybe not quite as slow as I'd like, but if you watch this from the first video I did, these are much better. Slightly lower box just to help with that control and help with getting the step up nice and powerful as well. These are much harder than they look. I remember watching Dr. Seth doing these, which is where I stole them from, and he was doing like the heavy breathe out, you know, that you do a top of like a hard lift or like an explosive lift, and I was like, I'm not sure he needs to be doing that. That's maybe a bit dramatic. How wrong I was. If you can hear it in the background, that's exactly what I'm doing. They are much more difficult than they look, and yeah, if you've not done them, I recommend putting them in. Just trying to cover my arse up there. If you want more shots like that, you can obviously try the Iron Personal Training OnlyFans coming soon. Now that is a joke, but yeah, these are much harder than they look. But again, it's working areas that I've not really done before, or that I've not focused on too much before. Big thing I'm going to do in this training block now is, instead of just focusing on doing like compound lifts all the time, I'm going to do more exercises like this that focus on those smaller muscle groups to help build up weaknesses that I think I have, or just muscle groups that are lagging because they've been ignored and I've not done much training for them. The same can be said, and this is exactly what I'm doing, is hip flexor training. So obviously hip flexors are going to just help you that power out the bottom of a squat, and again, something I've not done before, and again, this is stolen from Dr. Seth as well, which his videos have been really helpful for finding different accessory training bits to do and different little bits and pieces to choose from. But yeah, these have definitely felt good. Again, felt really sore the first time I've done these, but definitely feel like I've built a bit more of explosive power in this area as well, so that's really helpful. And if you've not done these, I recommend doing these, like hip flexor training and stuff like that, things that a lot of people miss out. I definitely think can be useful for a lot of people. And again, if there's an area that you're not training at all, obviously it's going to be weakening, obviously it's going to be lagging, and you can't just get all of this strength and stuff by doing squat, bench, deadlift all the time. You need to do this kind of accessory work. You need to build the smaller muscles where they're lagging behind, and you need to build like the whole picture. If you're trying to build strength and you don't build like a good foundation, you're not going to succeed. And that's what I found, like with my last training block, going into my last comp where I got a 27.5 kilo comp PB, I went back and built the foundations up to like a really good peak, and I really feel that's like been very beneficial and something that other people should focus on as well. If you feel like you're stagnant and you're not going anywhere, which is exactly what I felt like, coming back and scaling things back a bit and doing this kind of training can be really helpful, and I would definitely recommend doing it and giving it a go. like just change some of the accessory work and put some of this stuff in, and I think you'll see a really big benefit. We're just doing some, and on that mat as well here, obviously I said I think I've got like weak hips, so again trying to help with that deadlift lockout, strengthening my hips, strengthening that posterior chain. We're doing a minute's worth of cable pull throughs. These were also disgusting, really pumped my back up and my hips, but really felt like a good working out. Really felt like I was training that kind of motion when trying to lock out that last bit of a deadlift as well, which will come in handy, I'm sure. Doing it for a minute as well was just like, I do quite a lot of stuff for a minute, using that repetition method, trying to gain a bit of size and durability in that kind of muscle area. But this really was grim. This is probably one of the hardest ones I've done, but I definitely feel, like I said, I definitely feel like I'm going to benefit, definitely feeling nice and strong. But that's it for the session, guys. We did finish off with some core work, which I've not filmed, but I do hope you've enjoyed the video. If you did, remember to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video, which will be my last heavy bench session before British Bench Championship.